And now we're working on the manufacturing side of Fusion. So
that's where I live. So.
I know.
Yeah.
So that's why we want to.
But a lot of it is connecting all the different parts right now, so that they all feel like they belong.
Yes, absolutely. So the handles go here, and that's for 2 knives, and then they get flipped to here, so like in that fixture. And then the pocket clips go here, and they also get mounted to the side. Then they also get mounted here, so everything kind of like flows down the parts. And the blades go here to get initially rough milled, then they go through heat treat, and then they actually get mounted to the side to get the bevels machined on, which makes us 2 complete knives. Because whereas a lot of knife makers will hand grind the bevels of their knives, we like the precision and the accuracy, and I'm just a nerd for CNC, so...
Right. So you grind it?
So we machine the bevels. Yeah. So right now we're running 1 fixture, which runs for 3.5 hours. I want to run 4 fixtures, which is going to run for 12, 14 hours. Yeah, all night.
Yeah.
All night. If I can run it all night and come home in the morning, and then have all day like free, relaxed, chill. Load the fixtures.
Just like watch the knives fall out of the machine.
And we're close. We're really close.
How long did it take you to get this whole system?
A long time, because we used to have, this used to be 1 fixture that would just go in a vise, then we do this part, and then we'd swap it out, and we have another fixture that looks like this, and then another fixture that looked like this, and I'm like, let's put it all together. Oh wait, let's use the sides of the fixture. Why not? Right? Wow.
So did you actually CNC that one yourself as well, or?
No, I CNC the one that is on the mill right now.
Okay.
And then my friend Amish made all these ones.
But you model them in Fusion as well?
Yes. Oh yeah.
So why would you outsource that as opposed to doing it yourself?
Time.
Just busy.
Yeah.
Got to keep production going.
Yeah, like we can make knives, not fixtures.
Yeah.
And I know it would take me like days to bang through 4 of those.
Right.
And he had some time, and he does job shop work, and he has a big 5-axis DMG machine.
Okay.
So he hit this whole thing in 2 operations, whereas me it would be like at least 4.
Okay.
And
so yours is a 3-axis?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you could have done everything yourself.
I did, yeah. Like I did make the first one.
All right.
It's just difficult.
Yeah.
Time consuming, you know? But then we went ahead and made all these clamps last week, and even that was time consuming. But worth it, obviously. It's all for the end goal. You know, we used to do things in the garage, it was very batch work. Let's make 30 blades. Okay, let's make 30 handles. Let's send it all to heat treat, let's send it all out to tumbling, wait for it to come back, sell them all,
put them together,
and then start again next month. And it was like, yay, we're rich. We have no money. Yay, we're rich. So these are the ball bearings that we press in the balls, and then so we machine these cages from round bar. First time I made them with the logo, I spelled it wrong and I didn't notice. I had 1 too many M's. And then a customer noticed in the photograph, and I'm like, oh my god.
Those ones are worth a lot now.
Yeah, right?
Exactly.
So it's like, once we got it dialed, we just made, I think we made 2,000 of them.
Just to have.
Just to have, because we're going to need them. And we don't want to set it up again.
Ever.
Yeah. And then like right now we're making these little guys. So this is the thumb stud on the knife, which lets you thumb it out. These are made from titanium. Almost everything we do is titanium or stainless steel.
Okay.
440 thread on the inside. Every little chamfer's got to be perfect. The bottom has to be completely flat. We were having a burr on it before. Yeah, so these are blades after they come out of heat treat, after they've been lapped, which is our surfacing technique. So they are almost optically flat. Very, very shiny. The slight scratch pattern that you see is so shallow that it doesn't matter. So, I mean, it's a mirror.
Yeah.
Right? Every blade gets individually serialized so that every one has its own kind of personality, name. Became a really good thing we did first, right from the beginning. Like, there's a knife number 1. It's right here in my drawer.
Yeah.
And it gives it like a date, you know? And every knife has a date on it too. This is the first one we ever made. So that was my initial concept prototype. which I made on a $500 Grizzly mini mill that I put stepper motors onto and converted it to CNC myself. And then from there we made a real one from stainless steel and titanium. And that was the second prototype, and then this is knife number 1. The blade is stainless steel, the handles are titanium, and all the hardware is mostly titanium. And on the inside of the handles, we always engraved the date, the month and the year that it was made, which becomes super handy. You're like, oh, that's March 2013, like that's been around for a while.
Yeah.
Nice. That's a great idea.
Yeah. But yeah, people that haven't owned one before say that the blade shape is really funky because, you know, this is a normal blade.
Yeah.
Whereas why does it have so many angles and everything? But once you start to use it, you're like, whoa, I can shave like that. Look at that, that's really nice. Or I can use this to drag cut. Like that little tip right there becomes so handy. Or if I'm using this edge, you know, to like, it hooks in there and it cuts everything. It's so handy. And it keeps it really strong at the tip because it's so thick. So you're not gonna break the tip by, so all these things really add up. And then our other one, the Rask, we did get a lot thinner, a lot sleeker, a lot more traditional.
So that's your second model?
Yeah, that's our second model, which we're currently not producing right now.
Okay.
Because we're super focused on getting the Norseman into high production, in so much as we can.
So is the second model, is that working just to a different design, or is it working to a different price point? Or what was the reason for developing the second model?
We launched the pre-order for that in 2015 so that we could buy this machine.
Okay.
So I thought it would be easier to make because it's smaller and some things are different, but it turned out to be much harder to make.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then we added the move to the new shop and the new machine and all that to headaches and headaches and headaches. And then we had this giant pre-order that we had to fulfill in a timely manner, hopefully.
Yeah.
But it turned out to be a very cool, sought-after knife. Right now, there's only about 320 of them in the world.
Okay.
We haven't made them for over a year. People still
fulfilled your
yeah. We got totally caught up, and then we're like, okay, let's go back to these for now, and we did. And then we've been pumping these for about a year and a half, and then we're going to reintegrate that back in and have both, hopefully.
Okay. So that ended up being harder
Yeah.
to produce.
Yeah.
Interesting.
More work, more time, more effort, more programming.
Because of the detail or
Because the way we're doing the blade. This one we leave the CNC marks, whereas that one we polished it out.
Yeah.
Which just took a lot of extra time and extra fixturing hassle and complication. And like this is custom made grinding wheel that we actually fixture this on the CNC mill, angle it at 4 degrees, and use this grinding wheel at 12,000 RPM to grind the blades.
Okay.
But that is much harder, much easier said than done. It'll burn, it'll streak, it'll burn the metal.
Right.
Metal comes out black. I've exploded 3 of these, and they're like $200 with a 6-week lead time.
Right.
And it's just no fun.
Now, is that you guys just trying to figure out how to do that process, or is this method a process that's common in the knife making industry?
Inventing it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we're trying to reinvent the wheel and come up with the most complicated way to make something. But, you know, it's got to be the best.
So you've evaluated other methodologies
Yeah.
and found that they're just not
suited.
a high enough
Yeah.
product for you?
Or not the way I want to do it,
Yeah.
or, you know, sometimes you're kind of bullheaded and you just want to figure it
I
out.
want to find my own way
Exactly,
to do it.
right?
Would you say you designed to the manufacturing, or figure out the manufacturing to the design, or is it just kind of all one thing to you?
Designed for manufacturing.
Okay.
I know how to make it before I design it,
Right.
kind of thing. Not to a full extent, but,
No, but
yeah.
You're working to
Yeah.
your knowledge of manufacturing.
Exactly. And my knowledge of manufacturing is way stronger than my knowledge of design.
Right, okay.
So I talk to someone like Aaron, who's super creative, or Yo upstairs, who's super artistic, and it's like opposite spectrums.
Okay.
He's like, wait, you do it like that? No, I'm gonna draw it first. No, I'm gonna make it first and then draw it. Yeah. It's like I'll pick my tools before I draw it up.
How do you decide the
the size of the handle for, you know, but maybe there's some kids also.
Yeah,
who
exactly. You just guess. Yeah. I mean, you have to make it to what you want. There's a million knives out there.
Yeah.
Like this one here is one of the first good knives I bought. Probably $50. It's a Spyderco Rescue made for firefighters. So you can go under the seatbelt and cut the seatbelt off in an emergency. Very great knife, but $50 knife. I used to crash my mountain bike and break the clips, you know, when you crash land on the side. But I carried this for so long, and then I start to realize, you know, the size, the feel, the blade, what you like, what you don't like. And then a knife like this one is a Benchmade 940, about a $150 knife. I lusted over this one for so many years. Like through Boy Scouts in high school and after, I was like, man, one day I'm gonna get one of those. And then I got one after making knives, and I'm like, it's okay. So I mean, that is a great knife, but it's a much higher production, less attention to detail, off-the-shelf screws, things like that, versus a $1,000 knife.